Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. So, you know, the old ADD brain is in full motion, so I'm doing another 1,000 things. Nothing will get completely done, but I'll poke around and figure out what I am going to do. So it's somewhere around noon. It is the 16th of December, Tuesday, 1.2 degrees Celsius there. This is 35, 34, 35. I just opened the door. That says my batteries aren't fully charged. My battery's not fully charged. My batteries, there's only one there. This is 34 and a half also. So welcome to Tuesday. What kind of craziness am I up to today? Well, let me show you. I broke the crank bolt off that 3 horsepower engine from 1960. It is 2 years younger than I am. That's the wife playing in the background. So, snap go the bolt, right? And I had Blazer, O2L, something like that, who said that I could fix it, or I could get another standard crank. All I basically have to worry about is the pulley size back here, right? The 3 horsepowers are all the same, so that was good news. But honestly, this is such a low hour engine. I mean, I think it still has the original spark plug in it, that I really don't want to open it up. So that means that I got a center drill this, and you can see there is a little bit of the crank left. Obviously I gotta grind this flat. By the way, there isn't enough where I can grab it with the bolt and bolt this back on, though I wish there was. It's just not enough. So anyway, that's how much I snapped off. A minute, there you go. Hard to get in here to see it. That's a little better. So I was thinking, this distance is not that much. So if I take the engine off the stand here, and take the pulley off the back, and take the spark plug out, right? If I'm turning this shaft in a lathe, even though the engine's still attached to it, as long as I make sure I don't suck filings into the spark plug hole, right? I should be able to center drill this with a lathe. So, let me show you what I got. I'm just looking for a tape measure. So, here. It is, that's how tall it is. Right, Harvey goes for ultimate accuracy. Actually, they inches and all that were theoretically developed from the length of people's fingers and all, right? Like supposedly that distance there, right, is an inch, and I think seriously the index finger is supposed to be 6 inches. Anyway, I remember something about that from school. I guess I've been using my school brain. So I have, what is this rig? Here it is. This is a Harbor Freight piece of crap. I don't know, is it focusing or is it being a nuisance? There you go. So, that's what I got. And this is much more than a finger. This is like 8-10 inches worth of swing on the lathe. And this, right, this is loose. That's just a drilling vise. And I can swing that out of the way. About this part, I think I can unlock it here. And according to that diagram, right, it swings out of the way 90 degrees. So So I could get this out of the way, right? Just swing it, right? I think it swings right here. I think. Or up here. I have to swing up here. Yeah, I think it swings right up here. So I swing this part out of the way. So I get that out of the way. Right? I kind of put a piece of wood, a couple of pieces of wood to shim the engine up. Turn the shaft with this. And then with this thing here, I think I just take this guy, right? Slam it in like that. Obviously this thing slides. And, you know, turn the, you know, what do you call it here, which drives that in. And I think I could do this. Once again, according to this swings out of the way, so this will be gone. So there should be plenty of room to center drill this. That way I don't have to take the whole thing apart. Right? I guess this thing also does milling. I got it set up. Look, could you guys see that? Looks like I set it up at some point. I don't know if I actually did mill it. I don't recall. To be honest, I don't recall ever using this tool. It came in a huge crate. I had to go pick it up at a truck depot. And, you know, they had like all this stuff, in boxes that came with it. Right, if you go through it, you guys can see there's wrenches and, you know, things that, right, loosen. Then this should slide, I think. Not sure what this does. Basically what I need to do, quite honestly, is spend a few minutes looking at the book. I don't know if there's a lock here that I'm not. Oh, there she goes. Right, so I can swing this out of the way. Right. And then, yeah, I think this could work. Before I, you know, like, cut my face off or anything, yeah, came with all these cool wrenches. And, you know, I think that's to go up in there. Center. Yeah, so anyway, that's what I'm thinking of doing. I bought this lathe, once again, it's been years, maybe 10 years ago. Yeah, I've probably had this rig for 10 years now. And after I bought it, I did things like, you know, when I see something that's kind of machine related, those are taps, I buy them. Or if I find like fly cutter set, I think that's for fishing. I'm not sure why I have it here by the lathe. Just kidding, guys, just kidding. I'll get one of those stupid, every once in a while, for those guys with channels up, somebody will be, just has to write in, "You're stupid," you know, F-U-C-K, and I'm not watching your videos anymore because you make a joke and they don't like it. Yeah, so I get a bunch of cutters, and there's a bunch of gears, I guess, so that one could open this door up and set the speed, right? Just in case you have to gear it down for the hill or something. I'm kidding, guys, I'm kidding. Obviously you don't ride these things up and down hills unless things really go bad. I don't know. So I can change gears. It's also got, well, forward and reverse. I guess that's for the lathe. This thing have one motor or two? You can see how much I've used it. I think it's only got one motor. Yeah, it must have one motor that drives that through some right-hand drive. Yeah, I think. I don't know. I haven't looked at it much. Once again, I bought this. I was doing a lot of day trading with stocks, and I didn't know what I was doing. So I thought I knew what I was doing, but I didn't. And because if you know what you're doing, you don't make any money. So when you don't know what you're doing when you're day trading, you actually can kind of stumble upon techniques that make money. There was one stock in particular, Applied Materials, that was bouncing up and down like a rubber ball. So I would, buy 500 or 1,000 shares and get 1 or 2 points out of it and sell it. And, oh, look at me, I made money. And I was doing that for quite a while. And actually made pretty good money on it. But then after a while, I wasn't the only idiot doing this, right? Everybody started watching it. So the bounces, right, instead of being a bounce this big, as people get in there, the bouncing shrinks and shrinks and shrinks, and the stock kind of ends up, I don't know, call it fair value. So it got to the point where I just wasn't getting enough movement out of it, and some of it was above where I bought it, and some of it was below. So I kind of sold a bunch of it off, and then moved to fixed income investment, fixed callables as they call it. So I bought a bunch of that, and then what happened is there was the crash, right, and interest rates went basically to zero, and the government started underwriting all those bonds, so all my fixed callables got called, which wasn't good, because that kind of led to no fixed income investments. The market wasn't moving up and down anymore, particularly the stock I was trading AIM at, and I really couldn't find another stock that was doing all that nice movement for me. So all my investing techniques kind of dried up. So anyway, I did make money, and there were certain things I bought. I bought the backhoe loader, so even though I don't have the ability to invest and make money anymore, I still own the backhoe loader. That multi-machine was also one of the purchases from back then. The good thing is I do have something to show for the activity, the risk I took. But unfortunately, those days of honey and flowers and fast coin, they all seem to be gone. So I gotta make money the old-fashioned way. Gotta work, right? Me and most of the other people. At least I was smart enough, and not everybody was this smart. At least I was smart enough to not be so full of it, right? That I gave up my job and divorced my wife and got a young mistress and all the other stupid things people like to do when they have money flowing in, right? Some people kind of get themselves into trouble. My exciting thing was buying a backhoe loader and a multi-machine. I mean, obviously I spent some of the money on some of this stupidity. I like to walk around once in a while and just kind of see where I am, what I have. 1995. This is a nice little 3-horse. I should probably forget about drilling that generator and just slam that thing on there. Little things I notice when I'm walking around. See, like that clamp, those clamps, there's a few of them there. That's not where they should be. I should get them the hell out of there. Get them back where they belong. This tape isn't where it should go. Right? Because what'll happen is I'm going to need these clamps, and I'm not going to be able to find them. And then I'm going to be like going crazy. looking for them. I knew I owned clamps, and then what I'll do is I'll go out and buy them again, because that's what I do. And then at some point, they'll come back home to roost, and I'll have too many of them, and they'll be in the way. So then what do? We put them in a box and put them on a shelf, and the next time I need them, I can't find them again. So then I go out and buy them again. That's how the hoard became the hoard. I've been asked to get this puppy started again. I picked up a lot of knowledge when I was working on this Cushman. Actually, I guess I already had the knowledge. It's just a matter of getting it in an organized fashion so that when you're working on something, it's logical. Like if I were to work on this tomorrow, the carburetor I pull off of that when I put the new one on, I'm just going to slam that right on here. Put a battery to it. I don't think I have the key to this rig. And see what I get out of it. Actually, this looks pretty clean. Looks pretty good. So we'd see if I can't get it fired up, and from there what kind of trouble I can get into. So anyway, folks, this is getting to be a long video. Sorry about that. Sorry about being so confused. It's just kind of my way. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching and commenting and subscribing. We'll catch you on the next episode of The Horde. Until then, remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and remember to enjoy all your days. Life is short, so make sure you enjoy your days. Take care now, folks.